With Jupiter moving into the sign of Gemini, the sign of creativity, the sign of innovation, the sign of effort, the sign of your ability to influence people, market yourself, brand yourself, and Jupiter aspecting the sign of Libra, the sign of relationship, the sign of balance, the sign of partnerships. Also aspecting the sign of Sagittarius, its own sign, its Mool Trikona sign, the sign of high learning, the sign of gaining from experiences, and the sign of also making high gains from your connects. And then also aspecting the Aquarius sign, the sign of masses, mass adulation, mass success, societal causes. This is going to be a tremendous opportunity of big gains of whichever house Jupiter rules in your respective sign. Hello, namaskar and adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan. Once more with you from your very own channel, Astro Assurance. Jupiter moving in the sign of Gemini is a fantastic transit. A transit which is going to have huge implications, gain-making implications, positive implications for a number of zodiac signs, and it will bring in huge gains from your ability to be able to execute your communication, your ability to be able to influence people to a large extent. So how and what opportunities are given to you, to your respective zodiac sign, to be able to get the best out of this Jupiter's transit? Let's jump into each one of them one by one. Firstly, when Jupiter moves into the sign of Gemini, for Aries zodiac sign people, rising sign people, it will be placed in the Gemini sign in the third house. Now, the third house is the house of influencing, marketing, branding. And from the third house, Jupiter for Aries sign people also rules the ninth house as well as the 12th house. So Jupiter, through its ability to be able to influence people, enhance, expand through your influencing skills, your gains of the ninth house and the 12th house, which it also rules, of foreign connections, working in individual capacity, as in isolated capacity, working with foreign clients, is also supremely enhanced. And then from the third house, from the Gemini sign, Jupiter with its fifth aspect is aspecting the Libra sign, the sign of relationships, the sign of balance. So here Jupiter is going to enhance and increase your ability to make gains through what you like. The fifth aspect is what you like, what interests you, which you also love. You can love a number of things. It may not always be a romantic relationship also. So whatever you like, whatever interests you, whatever you will love to do, and through that able to get the results in your relationships, your ability to balance your relationships through partnerships. So this is a good placement for those all who believe in connections, who believe in partnerships, who believe in social connect. So this is a good opportunity to influence them with your ability to charm people, your ability to talk, expansive communication skills, and gain from your partnership. Then Jupiter with its seventh aspect is aspecting the Sagittarius sign, the ninth house of gains. So huge gains may come by to you from your ability to put in effort and market yourself. But if you have already learned the lesson which Jupiter wants you to learn, and if you have learned the lesson, if you are able to show high competency, if you are able to show high expertise, then Jupiter will surely increase and enhance the ability to be able to make gains from your learning, from your enhanced experiences, and from your connections as well, even long distance connections as well. Then Jupiter, while being aspecting the Sagittarius sign, you'll find that Ketu, when it moves into Leo, will also aspect the same sign, apart from Saturn also aspecting the same sign, Sagittarius, with its 10th aspect. So here this means that this is a very karmic placement. Ketu is the sign of negation and aspecting the same sign, Sagittarius, the 9th house, with its 5th aspect. And Saturn is aspecting the same sign with its 10th aspect, which means the gains that you will get out of the 9th house, out of the Sagittarius sign, your ability to take risks, your ability to be more adventurous, your ability to go the distance, your ability to be able to use your experience will only come with enhanced effort. And if you are putting in effort and if you see that you're not getting certain results, then this can be very karmic, because Ketu is denying you and Saturn is slowing down the results. So either the results will come later for you, or maybe to some extent even denied if you have not learned enough, if you have not put in enough effort, if you're not creative enough in your ability to be able to utilize the placement of Jupiter in Gemini. So using your optimum communication skills to be able to make gains is this placement. On the other hand, Jupiter is also aspecting with his ninth aspect, the aspect of gains, Rahu in the sign of Aquarius. Now, mind you, Rahu also co-rules the sign of Aquarius along with Saturn. Jupiter is aspecting Rahu in the 11th house with its ninth aspect of supreme gains. However, Rahu is aspecting Jupiter back. This means that Jupiter is expanding your ability to make gains out of your social connections. If you're working in a large organization, then Jupiter is also allowing you to be able to make gains and profit from those connections. But at the same time, Rahu influencing Jupiter back. This means that your ability to be able to make gains out of societal connections, mass connections, societal network will also be enhanced, and there will be strong hunger and greed. However, also use your ability to be able to creative and do something out of the box to be able to make from those partnerships, from those connections. But be careful not to push it too much. Rahu may make you or push you in such an instance where you try to extract a lot more out of their connection than what is possible. And it may also be on the borderline of even saying those things which may not be true just to make gains. So be a little wary of that, because then it may be counterproductive. But on the whole, for Aries rising sign people, for Aries zodiac sign people, an excellent opportunity. The more communication skills you are enhancing, you are using those ability to be able to present your ideas, keep balance in relationship, learn from your experiences, and do something for societal cause and use your social network. This is an excellent period for great gains coming to each one of you. Now, for Taurus rising sign people, Jupiter will be moving into the Gemini sign in your second house, while Jupiter rules both your 8th house and Jupiter rules your 11th house. So Jupiter ruling the 8th house, Jupiter ruling the 11th house, and then placed in the Gemini sign in the second house of nutrition, money, bank balance, earning, livelihood. So Jupiter is the Karak of the second house. Jupiter moving into the second house means Jupiter is expanding your ability to make money, but through your communication skills, your ability to be able to influence others, brand yourself, market yourself, using your communication skills, make money, to enhance your livelihood, to enhance your earnings, to have more money in the bank, but through your ability to use the 8th house results. So all those areas, all those careers, all those vocations connected to the 8th house, you will be able to make maximum gains from them. Whether it is the government job, whether it is IT, whether it's arts, whether it is media, whether it is movies, whether it is drama, whether it is long distance travel, whether it is IT, whether it's insurance, taxation, health services, emergency services, all those things which come from underground, all these are enhanced for you. Jupiter is expanding the ability to make money from all of it through your creative endeavors. But at the same time, the same house is also aspected by Ketu as well as Saturn with his 10th aspect, which means while the opportunity is given to you to make gains, Ketu is a negator. Ketu will be stopping the ability to make big gains from it, and Saturn is slowing it down, which means if you're really competent, if you're really put in the hard work, if you are really able to influence people in a creative manner, then there will be no stopping for you to enhance your income. However, if you have not learned the lesson, if you have not worked hard, then there may be challenges, especially connected to inheritance, which the 8th house represents, and Ketu going into the 4th house. So assets coming in through inheritance may be delayed or not come by to you, especially if you don't deserve, then it may not come by to you. So keep this year, keep your elders happy. Whoever you're expecting any inheritance from, even if there is a small chance, keep them happy. Then there is some chance that you may also be able to gain from them. Then Jupiter with its Ninth aspect is aspecting Rahu in the sign of Aquarius. Now, mind you, Rahu co-rules the sign of Aquarius along with Saturn. So, Rahu is extremely powerful when it will be going into Aquarius sign a few days after Jupiter moves into Gemini sign. So, Jupiter's aspect on Rahu, but Rahu aspecting back Jupiter in the 10th house. So, ninth aspect of Jupiter and Rahu means your ability to make gains in your career through enhanced creativity, enhanced ability to be able to influence and market yourself in front of superiors. Leadership is so supremely enhanced to make money, to be able to get higher income. So in your career, influencing your superiors with creativity, influencing your connects, influencing your clients, and through that being able to make good gains in your career, in your ability to earn more money is strongly highlighted. But keep in mind that don't push the boundaries too much, because you may also, people may see through your gain. So work in very hard and through that be able to influence your people through your hard work rather than just your communication skills. So balance between what you are showing as an output and how much presentation or communication skills you're using to be able to influence your bosses and your superiors. So on the whole, this is an excellent transition transit of Jupiter in the Gemini sign. 8th house results, so people who have high learning, who have done PhDs, who have done higher qualifications through the 8th house results is also supremely enhanced. Gaining through partnership in service, because Jupiter with his 5th aspect is aspecting the 6th house and Libra sign. So through your relationship, enhancing your ability to serve people and then making gains, even speculative gains, mind you, is supremely enhanced. So on the whole, an excellent period for Taurus sign people when Jupiter transits into the Gemini sign. Now for Gemini sign natives, Jupiter moving into the sign of Gemini in the Lagna is an excellent opportunity, and for multiple reasons. One is Jupiter rules 2 Kendra houses, the 7th house and the 10th house, and moving into the Lagna. So 3 Kendra houses getting connected. Jupiter moving into the Lagna is always a great placement, especially when Jupiter gets connected to expanding a very positive ability in you, especially in the ability to be able to communicate, because Jupiter is moving into the sign of Gemini, the sign of communication, marketing and branding. So what it means is Jupiter ruling the 7th house and the 10th house, which means through your ability to make connections, partnerships in your job, in your vocation, and through those gains being able to enhance your stature, enhance your dignity, enhance your position in society is this placement. So it's a fantastic opportunity for Gemini rising sign people, Gemini zodiac sign people. And Jupiter from the Lagna, from the 1st house, will be aspecting the Libra sign with this 5th aspect, the aspect of interest, the aspect of liking something, aspect of loving to do something. So Jupiter enhancing the Libra sign with this 5th aspect, which means because Jupiter also rules the 7th house and aspecting the 5th house with this 5th aspect in the sign of Libra, so an opportunity to be able to get into a relationship through a romantic liaison, which will serve you, which will enhance your status, which will help you make gains. So it could be that you like somebody and the person likes you back, the person is in a situation where the person can in some way influence your career, help you make an investment, guide you in making a speculative investments, and through that you make gains. Through also your ability to be able to use your communications, getting in a relationship with somebody in a romantic liaison, and then be able to enhance your marital life through that, and gains coming in. If money gains may not come in, but at least your stature may increase, and you may be meeting somebody who really truly love you and who may be committed to you. So it's an excellent placement. Secondly, Jupiter aspecting the 7th house with the 7th aspect, but Ketu is also aspecting the 7th house, as well as Saturn aspecting the 7th house with his 10th aspect. So this means that while the zodiac is giving you an opportunity to be able to get into a relationship or in a partnership or make gains in a business, however, if you don't put in the right effort, because Ketu is in the 3rd house of effort, but in the sign of Leo, the sign of leadership. So if you're not ready to take the leadership and put in the effort through your communication skills to enhance your partnership, then the opportunity may not be given to you, because this is also karmic placement because of Saturn's 10th aspect also on the 7th house. So Put in the effort, enhance your communication skills, work hard to be able to establish partnerships, establish relationships through your ability to be able to gain through your experiences, what you have learned so far. Then mighty gains come to you. It's a very karmic placement. Either fantastic results may come to you or slow down results will come to you, but results will surely come to you. Then Jupiter with its ninth aspect, aspecting Rahu in the ninth house, but in the sign of Aquarius. The sign of Aquarius is also co-ruled by Rahu along with Saturn, and Saturn has gone into the sign of Pisces, which Jupiter rules. So Saturn is anyways influencing both the signs of Jupiter and going into the 10th house in the sign of Pisces, which means here Jupiter's ability to gain from the 9th house, which is aspecting in a social situation, in a situation where you make gains out of your societal connects, out of your network connections, in your ability to be able to give back to society, but while making gains for you in your vocation, in your career is enhanced supremely. But because Rahu also aspects Jupiter back, so the opportunity may come from foreign lands, foreign connections, something out of the box, something unique that you do in a partnership along with people. So fantastic results will come to you. Your ability to enhance your stature, your ability to be able to do very well, to be more dignified in partnership, in connection, in relationship, through your ability to also use your experiences so far is coming to you. So on the whole, it's a great placement. It's a great transfer of Jupiter into the Lagna of Gemini sign people. So if Jupiter is really well placed in your horoscope, and if it's a good dignity, nobody can really stop you from really making big gains in this transit through this year. Now for Cancer rising sign people, Jupiter will be moving into your 12th house in the sign of Gemini. Now this is a very, very strong placement for Cancer sign people. One, because while Jupiter gets exalted in the Lagna, now it is placed 12th from the Lagna, while it rules the 6th house as well it rules the 9th house. So what it means is, because Jupiter is placed 10th from the Lagna where it gets exalted, but it is aspecting the 6th house of service, of sicknesses, and Jupiter is placed in the 12th house of hospitals and clinics, which means through this year you may not fall that ill. There may be people around you in a similar situation. For example, you are at a party. Many number of people may not be doing well after they eat food because the food is not so good. Nothing is going to happen to you. The other thing is your ability to be able to do more for others who need your help, who need your support in a caring manner, in an empathetic manner, in a supportive manner is supremely enhanced, because Jupiter from the 12th house is aspecting the 6th house of service in a caring manner and in the sign of Sagittarius, which it co-rules, which it rules. But Saturn is also aspecting that along with Ketu, which means your ability to be able to help others will be enhanced. And through that, in your service, you may also be able to make gains, because Ketu is aspecting the 6th house with his 5th aspect. But Ketu is sitting in the 2nd house of income, earning. So Ketu is saying there may be change or a transformation which may come to you through your ability to be able to serve others in a job, especially connected to foreign lands, working for foreign clients, working in hospitals, clinics, or in any support services that you do in any organization. If you're in a supporting role, then this may be a good opportunity to even bring a change, good change, a positive change in your earning, also in your ability to influence others. But at the same time, Jupiter with his 5th aspect is also aspecting the 4th house in the sign of Libra. Now, this means Jupiter is expanding your ability to be able to make assets through your relationship. But for this, you need to be able to keep your expenses under check. So if you're not being very flamboyant, not spending too much money, if you've saved some money. So Ketu in the 2nd house also means you spend money to acquire an asset, which will be good for you in the long run. And so Ketu is also separating you from your savings to be able to buy assets. But what opportunity this opportunity means is use or make investments in your assets with diligence and use your relationships to your advantage. Now, this is also placement because Jupiter also rules the 9th house and aspecting the Libra sign in the 4th house. This is also an aspect where if you are in a second relationship, if for some reason one relationship has not gone good, one long-term relationship has not gone good, and you are looking out for somebody, then the chance that you may be able to meet somebody through whom you be able to make gains in your domestic life is supremely enhanced. So this may come out of the blue without you even realizing. You may fall for somebody without even knowing, and before you know it, voila, you are in a relationship. So it may start with just getting connected to, attracted to somebody, starting dating or dating with people or spending some time with them, getting intimate with people, and then falling for the person. Very, very strongly enhanced. So overall, Jupiter moving into the 12th house in the Gemini sign, communication. So flooring people with communication, enhancing your ability to influence people through your communication, branding yourself in such a manner that people want to get close to you, people want to know you, people who want to work with you is supremely enhanced. So use this time well, Cancer zodiac sign people, because this is an opportunity given to you to excel both in service and in experience, and also to acquire huge assets. Now for Leo sign people, Jupiter moving in the sign of Gemini in the 11th house, while it rules the 5th house and it also rules the 8th house. This is a period which seems to be on the whole a mixed period, because Jupiter is gone into the 11th house but also rules the 8th house. However, on the flip side, if you are able to use this Jupiter well, then it can be a fantastic placement for you. For instance, one thing is Jupiter aspecting the 5th house directly with the 7th aspect, its strongest aspect. But while it rules that 7th house also, while it rules the 5th house also and aspecting it with the 7th aspect, this is a fantastic placement to be able to make gains through change, through transformation connected to your 10th house of career. So Jupiter going into the 11th house may give you mass success in a large organization where you play a role where you can influence a number of people. This will also expand your ability to be able to make friends, more friends, expand your social network through your ability to communicate. So through this year, you will find that you will be able to make a lot of good connections through your ability to be able to communicate better, because Jupiter is expanding that ability in the 11th house. So through this year, you may be able to make a number of friends. Please be careful who you make your friends, because through that you will also be able, or your reputation will also be influenced. So know whom to hang around with and whom not to. But the transformation in your career may come through your social network, because the 5th house is the 8th house to the 10th house. So through your social connect, a change, an opportunity for change coming in your career is also enhanced strongly. So use this time to be able to make gains and make your career change. If it comes to you, the role comes to you. However, Ketu going into the Lagna and aspecting the 5th house, while Saturn is also aspecting the 5th house with the 10th aspect, means this is a very karmic placement. The job or the role may come to you because of your effort to bring about a change, with Jupiter and Ketu are both signifying aspecting the 5th house, but in the sign of Sagittarius, using a high ability. And Saturn in Pisces is saying that through your positivity, Saturn brings in a lot of positivity in the Pisces. So in the Pisces sign, so the 8th house negativity, 8th house obstructions are reduced considerably when change in your career is seen, and that's why this is not a bad placement. Jupiter ruling in the 8th house and going in the 11th house. However, you may find one or two relations which don't suit you, maybe going south. So don't worry too much about it, because this transit is giving enough opportunity to make huge gains through your ability to put in effort in your relationship, which Jupiter is aspecting with his 5th aspect in the 3rd house. So through your ability to be able to create new partnership, through your ability to communicate in new connections, even romantic liaison is getting connected through your social circle, and huge partnership, because Jupiter also aspects the 7th house and Rahu in the Aquarius sign. Rahu co-rules the Aquarius sign along with Saturn, and Rahu is placed there and it's in mutual aspect with Jupiter, which means your ability to connect with people who are different from your own ethnicity, from your own background, maybe your own country, and connecting those with those people, and then being able to make gains from it in your career, in your business, even knowing somebody who was from foreign lands and then getting into a romantic relationship, even a committed relationship can come by for you. So this transit for Leo rising sign people of Jupiter getting into the 11th house of your wishes and desires coming true is an excellent transit. Make the full use of this opportunity. Now for Virgo sign people, Jupiter going into the 10th house while it rules the 4th house and the 7th house and getting into the other Kendra house. Now on the whole, this is an excellent placement because Jupiter rules 2 Kendra houses and getting into a 3rd Kendra house. Now Jupiter normally doesn't do very well in the 10th house because the 10th house is seen as a house where you need to put in more hard work, also be able to use some tact, some diplomacy. Jupiter is a very wise character. So its ability to be able to get the most gains out of your career are limited. However, Jupiter, if it's direct in your chart, if it's not combusted, if it's not afflicted in any manner, then this is an excellent placement to be able to make gains in assets through your enhancement in your career, because Jupiter is aspecting the 4th house and in its own sign of Sagittarius with the strongest aspect, the 7th aspect, and from the 10th house, but in the sign of Gemini, the sign of communication, the sign of effort, which means if you put in the effort, if you are able to influence people well, if you work on your communication, then nobody will be able to stop you from making huge gains, accumulating assets through this year. However, Ketu placed in the 12th house is also aspecting the 4th house along with Saturn aspecting the 4th house with the 10th aspect. So Ketu is saying that in foreign lands, if anybody is in foreign lands, when Ketu also moves into Leo a few days after Jupiter transits, then it will not allow you to make huge assets unless you are more tactful at your work, if you're more diplomatic at your work and you enhance your communication skills to come across as somebody who's very wise, who's more balanced, and through your communication skills, through your ability to influence people, you may be able to make gains and assets. Then this is a very karmic placement. Jupiter also aspecting the 7th house from the 10th house with this 5th aspect, but in the sign of Libra. So the opportunity is given to you to make gains in your career through relationships, and through that also enhance your earnings and expand your earning, expand your ability to save money. So surely that opportunity is also coming to you, but all of this is getting connected to your ability to communicate, to your ability to be able to influence people. And then Jupiter with the 9th aspect aspecting Rahu and the 6th house. Now Rahu co-rules Aquarius along with Saturn, so Rahu is very strong when it gets into Aquarius. Jupiter aspecting Rahu in the 6th house means in your service, you may be able to expand in your service through your career, but only when with creativity, through some innovative ideas, through breakthrough ideas. So don't shy away from putting in that effort and connecting with people. Do something for masses or try and get into an organization which serves the masses. Then an excellent period for you, because this could also bring in gains or service connected to foreign lands, foreign clients as well. So on the whole, Saturn getting into the Pisces sign bring in high optimism. Jupiter getting into the 10th house, influencing your ability to earn, influencing your ability to make assets, influencing your ability to be able to make gains in service is an excellent period as long as communication is right and Jupiter is not afflicted in your chart. Now for Libra rising sign people, Jupiter going into the sign of Gemini, but in the 9th house. This is an excellent placement because Jupiter rules both the 3rd house and Jupiter also rules the 6th house. Now the 3rd house is the house of your effort, but also the house of using your communication skills, marketing, branding to be able to make gains. So this means that Jupiter in the 9th house is most comfortable and in the sign of Gemini, which means gains, making huge gains through your communication and through your effort and your ability to influence others. Marketing yourself is supremely enhanced. So this is a gift to you for Libra sign people to make gains, huge gains in your career and your ability to work with others and to guide others to be seen as a strong, competent person, seen as an expert. But this is also placement that if you do something of your own, like if you are a social influencer, you are somebody who is working in law administration, you are an individual performer, if you're the leader, then fantastic gains will come to you through your ability to be able to influence people and come across as a competent person, as an expert. But at the same time, Ketu is also aspecting the 3rd house, as well as Saturn with the 10th aspect is also aspecting the third house, which means gains will come to you, superior gains will come to you, good gains will come to you only when you are also focusing on doing something for the masses, because Ketu is in the 11th house when it moves into the sign of Leo a few days after Jupiter's transit. But at the same time, Saturn also aspecting the third house, which means in your effort, if you want to make gains, through your effort, through ability to communicate and through your ability to influence people, then you should also be looking at serving others. So it should not be only serving yourself. Then fantastic gains are surely coming to you. Then Jupiter also aspecting the Lagna from the 9th house, but in the sign of Libra, the sign of relations, which means through your relationship, huge gains will come to you. The 9th house is the house of gains with Jupiter's place. But in your relationship, be more tactful, be also more diplomatic, also be more sophisticated in talking, but also have a sweet tone. Try and calm people down. Don't get into fights. Try and influence people. Try and balance your relationship. Try and have a win-win relationship through the year. Then you will get excellent results as well. Now, Jupiter also aspects Rahu in the 5th house with his 9th aspect, while Rahu also aspects Jupiter back. This means that Jupiter is expanding your ability to make speculative investments and gain from them. And because it is the Aquarius sign, so some social connect, people who you know, may also help you or advise you to make that investment and make gains from it. But because Rahu is also placed there, so be careful. Don't go overboard in making those speculative investments or getting into relationships with somebody who you don't know very well, because Ketu is placed in the 11th house, which means the social connections where you are wanting more gains out of them and not doing your due diligence may backfire for you. On the whole, a romantic relationship may also come by for you, which may also influence you and make gains for you, especially for students. Even people, corporate going people, through a workshop, you may get connected to people and then fall for those people. So be careful, especially at work, because Saturn is placed in the Pisces sign. So you may be over optimistic and fall for the relationship, but be a little careful. Because this year is to be focused on your work, focus on your partnership, focus on your vocation and make gains from it. Relationships are also important, but do a balance between them or focus more on career. Focus on change and the change will come from foreign lands, foreign connections, but also in your own effort, individual work, as well as if you're doing something of your own. Now for Scorpio sign people, Jupiter going into the 8th house in the sign of Gemini. Now this on paper looks like a tricky placement, but there are some hidden meanings to it also. Firstly, Jupiter does go into the 8th house in the Gemini sign, but it rules the 2nd house of earning, as well as the 5th house of speculative investments and huge gains. Now remember, Jupiter is the Karaka of the 5th house. So the 5th house elements are also coming in, and the 2nd house of earnings are also coming in from the 8th house, but in the sign of Gemini, in the sign of communication and effort. So Jupiter expanding your ability to make gains out of all those vocations, all those careers connected to the 8th house, and bringing in huge earning, expansion of your bank balance, expansion of your earning, but also Jupiter ruling the 5th house, which means through speculative investment and also maybe a change of career itself. A huge opportunity to make a change in career. Why career? Because Ketu is going into the 10th house of career. Ketu is a status quo changer. Whatever is the status quo, Ketu brings about an opportunity to change. So Ketu going into the 10th house will also give you an opportunity to change your career, move into different industry itself. And Saturn is placed in the 5th house in Pisces sign, increasing your optimism to make the change. But what Saturn is doing, that if you make the change with due diligence, then this is an excellent placement for long-term stability. So if you make that change with due diligence, Saturn is telling you, okay, this will be a good change for you, and you will be able to make stable gains, long-term gains in it. So be a little careful, especially all those careers and vocations connected to the 8th house. And this can also be connected to foreign lands, because Jupiter with its 5th aspect is aspecting the sign of Libra in the 12th house. So in your vocation, you'll be able to make a change and go to foreign lands or work with foreign companies, especially because Rahu is going into its own sign in Aquarius sign, which it co-rules with Saturn. And Jupiter is aspecting Rahu, but Rahu is also aspecting Jupiter back, which means in a foreign company, in a foreign equation, with foreign consultants, in a foreign land, you may be able to bring huge gains in your assets, enhance your assets. And because Rahu is going into the 4th house, you may also get an opportunity, in fact, flying abroad or going abroad at least a few times, if not settling there or getting an opportunity to go there. So if you have even a little bit of interest to moving to foreign lands from wherever you are, now there is so much churn which is happening. Do take the opportunity. Do your due diligence and look out for an opportunity, because this could be a gain-making opportunity for high earning, because Jupiter is also aspecting the 2nd house, which is also being aspected by Ketu from the 10th house. So change in career, because of which in earnings also expanded, and Saturn also aspecting the same house, which means this is a very karmic placement. This was bound to happen. So when the opportunity is given to you, why not make the best use of it? Now for Sagittarius sign people, Sagittarius zodiac sign people, Jupiter moving into the sign of Gemini and in the 7th house, while Jupiter also rules the Lagna itself, and Jupiter also rules the 4th house. So this is an excellent period because Jupiter rules the Lagna and the 4th house. Remember, Jupiter gets exalted in the 4th house in the sign of Cancer in the Kalpurush only. So Jupiter ruling that sign and now getting into the 3rd Kendra house. Excellent period, but in the sign of Gemini, the sign of communication. So the zodiac is telling you, through your ability to influence people, through your communication skills, through your effort, through that you will be able to make new partnerships, new connections, which will enhance your status in society, enhance your dignity, enhance your standing in society to such an extent that you may also be able to make huge assets of the 4th house. Saturn placed in the 4th house in sign of Pisces is creating optimism to be able to make the change, to be able to go in for that investment, to be able to get that asset. And through your ability to connect with people and influence people in a creative manner, in an innovative manner, in a breakthrough manner. Excellent period that you may be able to connect with people, enhance your partnership, enhance your relationship and make gains. And why gains? Because Jupiter with his 5th aspect is aspecting the 11th house in the sign of Libra. So through your relationship, enhancing your ability to make connections with or increase your social connects and gaining through your relationship, through your ability to be able to make those partnerships, because Jupiter is also in the 7th house partnership of making equations. But at the same time, remember, Jupiter also aspecting the Lagna, which is also aspected by Ketu as well as Saturn from Jupiter's own sign of Pisces with the 10th aspect, which means the opportunity surely is given to you to bring about a huge shift in how people start seeing you from now. So people may even get into a relationship. Once you get into a relationship, people anyway see you differently, see you as a couple rather and as an individual. Secondly, maybe getting into a leadership position, because of which people see you differently. At least your colleagues see you differently. Third, establishing some degree of assets or gaining assets through which your status is also enhanced. So that all those 3 opportunities are given to you because of Saturn, Jupiter and Ketu all aspecting the Lagna. So good, strong opportunity being given to you to bring about a huge shift to be able to enhance your stature and standing in society. Now, Jupiter with the 9th aspect is aspecting Rahu in the 3rd house in the sign of Aquarius. Now remember, Rahu also co-rules the sign of Aquarius along with Saturn, and Saturn is placed in the Pisces sign ruled by Jupiter in the 4th house. Saturn is expanding the optimism. Jupiter is aspecting Rahu, but Rahu is also aspecting Jupiter back, which means in your ability to communicate and you innovative communication, creative communication, out of the box communication, coming out as a competent person and making huge gain through your effort to be able to market yourself so very well that you get sustained gains, you get high gains. However, keep an eye out and don't go overboard in your communication, because you may be on the borderline of even not being completely trusted by others. So keep yourself in check. Rahu may force you to have that much hunger to be able to gain from partnership that you may be going overboard. But excellent overall opportunity. If there is one sign which has been given huge opportunity, a big change in your status, in your standing in society, then it is the Sagittarius sign. Now for Capricorn sign natives, Jupiter going into the 6th house in the sign of Gemini. This is an excellent placement overall, though there are some pitfalls, but if you're careful about the pitfalls, you can make big gains from it. How? Jupiter placed in the Gemini sign in the 6th house. Gemini sign is the sign of communication, the sign of effort, and the sign of being able to influence people through your ability to market yourself well and brand yourself well. But Jupiter is aspecting its own sign of Sagittarius and in the 12th house, which it rules in the Kal Purush Kundli, which means Jupiter is expanding your ability to be able to make gains in service through your communication skills, through being innovative and creative in your communication skills, to be able to make huge gains through your learning, through your ability to use your experiences in foreign lands, through your qualification, get higher qualification as well. And Ketu placed in the 8th house aspecting the same house, which means Ketu is protecting you from untoward incidents. Ketu is protecting you from sudden expenses, or the 12th house, waste and expenses. And Saturn with the 10th aspect is also aspecting the 10th house, but Saturn is placed in the Pisces sign ruled by Jupiter. It's a sign of optimism. So Saturn is making you optimistic in your ability to control your expenses, to keep the purse strings tight while expanding your ability to be able to make gains. Because Jupiter is placed in the sign of Gemini in the 6th house. So in your service, expanding the ability to be able to make more money, more gains. Why money also? Because Jupiter with the 9th aspect is aspecting Rahu in the 2nd house and is the sign of Aquarius. So Jupiter making gains through your social connections, which the Aquarius sign represents, which also means your social connections and also working for large brands. So in your service, getting connected to or doing some projects or working with people because of which you're able to make more money, expand your earnings, expand your savings, and in foreign lands or connected to foreign earnings, or in something which you're doing very differently or very creatively from others. So even if you're doing service, even in your own country, doing it differently from others, being more creative, being more innovative, thinking through, doing something breakthrough will enhance your skills and enhance your reputation also to make more money. However, keep in mind that Rahu is also aspecting Jupiter back from the 2nd house. So in your trying to get more earnings, don't push the boundaries of what is true and what is not true. Don't try to push the boundaries of data. And that is the one thing which can be detrimental to you. So if you're a little careful, because Jupiter, also gets debilitated in the Lagna. So for Capricorn sign people, as long as you're careful and you're able to walk the tightrope and how you're able to influence people in your service, able to showcase yourself as a competent person, enhance your career, because Jupiter is also aspecting with this 5th aspect of gains in the sign of Libra 10th house. So through your relationships in service, able to influence your superiors and authority figures, making good your relationships and enhancing your earnings while you're keeping your expenses down, while you're able to keep your purse strings down, but able to make good gains overall. So overall for Capricorn sign people, as long as you're very creative, you're very communicative, you don't push the boundaries of how you communicate, what you say, and don't fudge data or don't lie in any way, then in your service, this is a good opportunity for good gains through your relationship and in your ability to be able to influence your superiors much better. Better acknowledgement, better recognition is also coming to all Capricorn rising sign people. Now for Aquarius rising sign people, Jupiter going into the 5th house in the sign of Gemini. Overall, this is a very good placement because firstly, Jupiter rules the 2nd house of earning as well as the 9th house of, as well as the 9th sign, but the 11th house of wishes and desires and social connections, masses, which means Jupiter in the 5th house. Jupiter is the Karaka of the 5th house and is ruling the 2nd house of income. So Jupiter, through bringing about a change through your communication skills, through your ability to be able to influence people, the 5th house is the 8th house to the 10th house, and Jupiter is the Karaka, plays very strong. So through your communication skills, through your ability to face an interview, through your ability to influence people, brand yourself, change is coming to you in your career to influence your ability to make more money. because Jupiter rules the second house of Pisces sign and Saturn going into it, the Lagna Lord going into it and expanding the optimism. So Jupiter will be giving you an opportunity to look out for new changes, new opportunities in your career, new role event, so that you're able to expand your earnings. Fantastic placement. And Jupiter with its fifth aspect is aspecting the Libra sign in the ninth house. So through your relationship, using your experiential learning, making gains from the fifth house and the ninth house of high learning. So in your competency, in your qualification, if you're able to influence people, influence masses, influence your superiors, then fantastic gains will come to you. Why masses? Because Jupiter's seventh direct aspect is on its own sign of Sagittarius in the 11th house. So a change coming to you, an opportunity of change coming to you in your career, in your role, in your money, connected to social network, connected to working in a large organization, which itself serves the masses, is a placement. And surely gains are coming to you to your ability to make good your relationships. So make good connections. A romantic liaison may also happen to you. You may meet somebody who you start off as a friend, end up in a romantic relationship, and it expands. However, Jupiter is also expanding the ability to get connected to or get attracted to more than one or two people. So your communication skills may be so expanded that even without you knowing, somebody is already falling for you, and somebody is then immediately coming and soliciting themselves to you. So be a little careful. Why? Because Rahu is getting into the Lagna in the sign of Aquarius. Rahu co-rules the sign of Aquarius along with Saturn. So Rahu going into the Lagna will also increase your hunger and greed to make the best gains from those connections. And Rahu is also expanding Jupiter in the fifth house of romance, romantic connections, and in the sign of Gemini. So your communication skills may be enhanced so much that people may be attracted towards you without you even knowing. So you may have more than one suitor. So Jupiter expanding your romantic fifth house through communication, which means you may say something more, maybe sweet to somebody, and they may think that you are interested in them, and you may be able to attract more people, more attention than you require. However, keep yourself focused because Rahu is in the Lagna, and Rahu is aspecting Jupiter. So don't be too distracted by things on the side. Keep your focus on the 11th house of gains, your wishes and desires. One big wish and desire of yours surely coming good for you, especially with Ketu in the 7th house and aspecting the 11th house with this fifth aspect. So Ketu is going to shun or move you away from some connections, some partnerships which are not serving you, but bringing to you new connections which will serve you. And this is very karmic because Saturn is also aspecting the 11th house with the 10th house. So through your karma, through your karmic denotation, something new may happen, something may turn over, and that social connect will give you huge gains. So be ready to shun some of those things which are not suiting you and getting into something new. So overall, fantastic period overall for stature getting enhanced because Jupiter is aspecting the Lagna, dignity getting enhanced, standing in society getting enhanced, wishes and desires coming through, relationship coming good, and sometimes more relationship than you are ready for. Now for Pisces sign people, Jupiter going into the Gemini sign in the 4th house, while it rules the Lagna and it rules the 10th house. So the Lagna Lord and the 10th Lord getting into the 4th house in the sign of Gemini. So what this transit of Jupiter in Gemini is doing for you is Jupiter going into the sign of Gemini in the 4th house means using your communication skills, your branding skills, your ability to be able to market yourself, and through that being able to make so good results in your career, then you're able to expand the denotation of assets, making more assets, investing in new property, maybe buying land, buying new cars, buying new appliances, buying new conveniences, new things coming to you. Your ability to make assets is getting expanded. Ability to be able to save more money is getting expanded. And positive changes are coming to you. Saturn is getting into the Pisces sign in the Lagna, while Saturn also rules the 11th house of wishes and desires and the 12th house. So gains coming to you from foreign lands, foreign connections, working in foreign companies, working in large organizations, working in those organizations which do something different, which are doing breakthrough work, which are doing very innovative work, which are doing very creative work, even if it's not foreign company. So those opportunities are getting created for you, and the ability to even move to foreign lands or move away from your city to some other city to make huge gains connected to career is coming to you. Why career? Especially because Ketu from the 6th house of service is aspecting the 10th house with this 5th aspect. Ketu is a negator. Ketu is also a status quo changer. So in your status quo, in your careers, Ketu is changing the status quo and bringing about a new change or a new opportunity of change in your career to be able to make such gains that you even get connected to foreign lands, because Jupiter is aspecting Rahu in the 12th house with his 9th aspect of gains. However, remember, Rahu also co-rules Aquarius along with Saturn and going into the 12th house. So Rahu is being a good Rahu here and expanding your ability to be able to make gains. However, while Jupiter aspects Rahu, Rahu is also aspecting Jupiter back with this 5th aspect. So here you need to be a little careful what opportunities you take. You may get number of opportunities. This is a really good period for you through the year. Number of opportunities coming to you, making good through your asset, through communication skills, even connected to your career. So do your due diligence before you take a new opportunity, because Saturn going into the Lagna means once you make the change will not be easy for you. So keep your eye out. Don't jump at the first opportunity coming to you, but do your due diligence. If the first opportunity is also good, you've done all your checks, then go for it. But this is a period through the year, good results will be coming to you. And Jupiter is protecting you because Jupiter is aspecting through its 5th aspect, the 8th house in the Libra sign. So in your relationships, sudden things coming to you, sudden changes coming to you, Jupiter is protecting. So, but Jupiter in the 4th house is also saying, please pay due attention to your committed relationship. While Jupiter is protecting you, Jupiter is also saying if you don't pay attention to your relationship, then there may be trouble. So the relationship may not go south completely. It may not break, but you will really face a harrowing time through the year if you're not careful, because your 8th house is involved. Your relationships are in the 8th house. At the same time, also be aware that career is surely getting enhanced, new opportunities are being given to you, relationships are gaining for you, and this could also be a point where if you have good relation with your elders, then an opportunity of gaining from inheritance through your good relations with elders is also seen. Yeah, a will may be written, even if the elder may not go immediately from this world, but they may write something for you, they may promise you something, or they may even give you something. So gains surely coming out of the 8th house, sudden unexpected gains also coming to you. So overall, a fantastic period for Pisces rising sign people, Jupiter getting into the 4th house, where it gets exalted in the Cancer sign in the Kalpurush Kundli. So overall, excellent people, results are coming to you, excellent career results are coming to you, excellent stature results coming to you. But only thing I would advise you, keep a tab on your expenses and keep a tab on who you are getting into a connection with and what kind of opportunities you are taking, because these will remain stable for you for a long time to come. So friends, now that we have seen how Jupiter's transit into the sign of Gemini is creating different opportunities for different rising signs, do look into how Jupiter is placed in your respective horoscope, in what dignity, what yogas and doshas, because all of them are also going to influence what kind of results you will get from this transit of Jupiter into Gemini. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me. The link is given below. Until some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.